stay up too late. I've got work for you tomorrow.
Plan on spending the rest of your short life under one-eyed thumb?
Oh, no, I don't. And this ain't exactly the first time you've asked about me and him. So, the fact is, it appears you care about absolutely nothing in the human world except my relationship with Saltspire.
Ha! Really? I have to endure the sight and sound of you two every single day, and it drains my sanity. Apparently, I'm not as
Take
good
your
at
time.
shutting out the world
Not
as
like
I
the
used
white
to be.
one's burning. A large chunk of Clan Fester are currently camped down in the ruins of Karak Knoll. Now, Skaven are paranoid little buggers, so you're going to sneak in, kill their warlord, and watch the chaos unfold. I'd love a full-scale civil war, but at the very least, I think we'll delay the work on the Skittergate. Oh, don't look at me like that. You know you'll enjoy it once you're there.
Tricking Skaven! Easier than fooling a dwarf, you'll see.
Oh, my hat's off to Lona for this one. How in Toll's name do you know where this warlord lurks?
Can we get moving then, before the Skaven die of old age? I'll be honest, I thought this had long since fallen into ruin.
Ha! Didn't even see it coming!
Get where your task was entering! Cousin Upgrade!
Against you, and I want this place!
You like that? No time for mourning, Jory. To see Carrot Knoll and rocky corners.
We all have a purpose here. Just don't underestimate that warfire thrower.
I hear an assassin!
Attack them out like from the flank. Get it! Stop roasting me! You're hitting armor, Elf! Head's open!
Well, let's hope this works. Hold on, let me drink this. Bloody hell, Sierra, you're scorching my undeserving arse.
You'll know me by my trail of flame.
Down it is. Hook rat's prowling. Don't get caught. Yeah, she killed the hook rat. Sienna, don't burn old Trooper. Come on.
Precious grease. Healing drop.
There. Plague loose. Bardi, you need to parry.
Hook rat's dead. You like that? Stop that, son!
I hear something.
For Loren!
It's not Bumpman's, I'll tell you that.
Those big, unsightly wheels. Wouldn't it help if they were properly aligned?
The regular cave of wonders down here. We've got a way forwards. Sienna, watch your place!
Stop going on! You'll never be able to trust me. Shit! What do you mean, was it? Body and soul!
Again, Sienna, stop it!
Sienna, why is my skin scorched?
That sound. Rattling gunner.
Ammunition here! Gas rat!
Bloody hell, Sienna, you're scorching my undeserving arse!
Why am I on fire?
Yeah, you do damage to us. You know that, right, Santa?
Stop burning me! Gas rat!
Globadiers, dead and gone.
Oh, that tickles.
Its scurry is loud as a Make it suffer.
Joggers is spite. Plague monks coming in.
Not all cruelties are equal, even amongst vermin. Hackmaster done!
Assassin rat's dead.
this foundry would have been like back in the day. They're full of Skaven.
You are survivors. That's a rat ogre. Come, feeble ones. I will end you.
Didn't feel a thing. Only hurts when I laugh.
Give me up, Barden.
Yeah, that bloody earth.
You're sorely wounded, Kruber.
This doorway, move!
Here, son, got a runner.
Roundhouse gunner!
You just helped a lumberfoot, mate. Take that to Clover Hill. Walker, it's going to blow. This assassin's dead. There'll be more. Walker, screw my armor. Again, Sierra, stop it!
Healing draft! I'm grateful, Elf.
Sharon, save your flames for the foe.
Wizard, why is my sense gone?
Don't let it hurt you.
Down in one.
Strangler's dead.
They brought up a warfire thrower.
One less assassin to worry about.
Stairs, Lumberfoot.
Jenna, don't burn old Kruger. Come on.
I don't enjoy being broiled, wizard. You like that?
Wait, monks, and they're coming for us.
I'll enjoy this.
Ha ha! You're fighting a war for Dundee.
Watch your flames!
Saturn, watch your aim!
Aim that flame elsewhere, wizard.
You're better than that, Saturn! I don't like this.
Backstabber! Globe lobber coming in!
Oh, they're way too far away. That's stupid. Guess what?
I'm a doorway. I'll have to do more than that. Stop that, Saturn!
Really, wizard? You think setting me on fire is a good idea? Secret.
I'm surprised you can stand without me.
Come on, Gorrickson. Shame to stop now, surely.
I am lost beyond words.
You look half dead, Wittelgi.
Mine is a tale of heroism. One more death, and we can return to the open air. Here, ammunition.
Yes, watch your flames!
We'll fall out if you burn off my dear.
Be ready. Fighting warfire with steel and salt is no laughing matter.
Bloody rackets are. Hang about. Let me stitch my leg back on.
Another battle, another scar.
No for assassins! Struk can't take your heads! Have it! Spies! Touch that! Clan tank! Is it up here to buy me head to folks?
This potion better it fast.
This will save the climb. Plummet into darkness. Come, black rat, taste.
Better than that, son! Have it!
Tainted flame on that wind. Warp fire!
Good evening. All is well. Well, not really. Just another glorious day in the Reichland. Good day to you. Business as usual.
Do not miss the army life, Sergeant. Comrades in arms instead of us.
Well, don't miss the marching. All the officers. This isn't so bad.
Even with one eye giving the orders.
Oh, I've known worse than him. Might have eased one or two along their way, if you follow.
Back to the illusory world of Uber's Reich you go. It seems that there is a piece of the puzzle hiding out in the Garden of Moor. Well, I say hiding out. I doubt it got there without a little help. Have a little bit of a look around. Turn over a few stones, maybe a few graves. Oh, and find the source of the poison, too, for old time's sake.
is a plague brewing in this garden.
Yeah, seems like Lona's right again.
Must be about it, Dory. No sense waiting.
The spirits in this place are feeble things. I will risk the crypt, even if you will not.
Tall shields us. I don't like the look of that light.
Anyone want a potion?
Oh, yeah, wanna. Huh?
Seems so.
I did. Huh? Oh, the neighbor had some.
It's charging!
Get off singing!
Break the skull, elf. The Alan Speaker.
Blade tosser!
Huh? I was sitting outside.
Aye, it's right. But can you repeat it?
Rattling gun has to be.
I thought vermin were cunning. They couldn't siphon their breaths more clearly.
Stand ready!
The gods are returning. Should not be found wanting. Come, finish me if you dare.
I'm surprised you can stand Matilda.
You do know it's in about weapons to use, Dreamer.
Thank Tom for all. What's that?
Now this seems
No sorrow, dead Packmaster.
Gas rat! Get him the gas rat!
Oh, such vileness.
Vile things! Look out! The beast ready for the charge! Gas ball!
Yeah, very bloody funny. Come back here!
The weave calls me back.
You seem sluggish, elf. Can you still fight?
By the lady's golden locks, a fire rat! They're taking the dead. Why, I wonder?
Hurry, this way. Archers!
The rat perishes, and the mechanism ceases.
Sigma stands with us. The Chaos Warrior shall fall.
I ain't afraid of your sword, fisting off! Spread out, one of the best weeks that light stormer.
That light stormer is the source of this.
You have to take balls to me. I see the path.
Save me from the Pale Queen. Save me.
Hold on, peasant. Listen. Stop fighting.
A perfect spot for an ambush. Eyes sharp, Wonderfoots.
I smell some ammunition.
Boom!
This way.
Storm vermin!
Ammunition stash.
Down here, you
Enchantress, an assassin. Grimnir's axe, that's quite a hook.
Skaven slaver.
Strangler, bring the Packmaster's gunpowder. Ammunition, fill your pouches. Racky assassin.
Can't you see? This is the wrong way.
Come on, Tory.
Well, they're on the attack now.
I sense a movement here.
Double the discipline.
Ratchlings are problem no more. Silent Gastrat, death is too good for you.
I can't deny that you know how to kill elves.
Not bad. Should have seen you.
Vanished without trace of
Kill more.
One moment. I need you back in shape to kill things, Elf.
They call these arrows. Ha, they'll have to do.
Ha! Gas rat, and it draws nigh. tombs this way.
That wind blew straight from the false moon.
Take no chances.
Leech! I get it.
Off the way. Fortune over here.
Crash for me, boys!
Receive the judgment of Sigma!
Think of the whale overfoot! Nope, not yet.
I
Will not run from them, fuckers.
Oh, a fat ass flight stormer.
Wind, rouse yourself. We yet have a duty.
Don't let me die with my boots on.
It's a wonder you're still standing, Cougar.
Reckon I'm done for.
You shall not die, Grover. I forbid it. Potion, don't waste it.
Over here, quickly now.
Someone grab those bandages.
That's a light stormer.
I need to heal.
Show some patience.
This way looks promising.
Vortex wind.
We get it, Vardy. You're tough. Now heal. Here, ammunition.
This one had a look. You like that? Have it.
This is the door. Head through those graves.
I'll not waste a drop.
Oh, a drop of this will help me along.
Cut back.
Look out, blade rag! What?
Layers, blessings, I'm glad that fire rat's dead.
Leech!
Reach wedge.
Those doomies down!
You'll be all dead. A righteous blow. Your ancestors must have fought alongside Sigma. My ancestors fought alongside everyone, Grimgir. And with each other. That's hard.
Life's hard everywhere, Vardy.
Aim like a goblin.
Over here, quick! Storm sorcerer!
Not bumblings, I'll tell you that. At last.
What are the rats up to? We should follow these disgusting tracks.
Hurry up for you!
Move quickly, Lumberman, unless you want burning to ash. A Chaos Warrior, just what we needed.
Chaos Warriors, Harden.
Lightstormer! Endless charge! Sweep the children. Then... Well, right,
The winds!
Nowhere around here.
Holy Sigma! Bless this ravaged body!
This way!
This one! I can feel it!
Beach incoming!
Light me to death!
Mash it to pieces! I have need of
Scunner leeches no more!
Heads down, Dory! They have Dreggy! Righteousness! Do not fail me now! You're badly wounded, Ricky.
Mind your wounds, sir! Right worth busted! Assassin! Assassin!
Ooh, I should jump down there.
Oh, hey, we're filthy!
Rats.
Keep that cauldron down! Let the chance! No discipline! Who fling off without warning? You can pay for nothing!
Thanks for drilling my lads, Kruger. Long on enthusiasm, but they lack experience. Kruber, when you get a chance, would you mind casting an experienced eye over our defences?
keep it down. I can't work under these conditions.
You heard her. Never cross an artist. So, you give any thought to that little proposition I made?
Where?
President Trump again last night at his rally in North Carolina says we are turning the final corner in the coronavirus fight. The numbers, though, tell us it is nowhere near that simple. Let's just go through and take a look. Number one, today or tomorrow, we will hit a very sad milestone in the United States of America. 200,000 Americans killed by the coronavirus. 200,000. We will hit that number today or tomorrow, and all the projections tell us we will go higher and higher and higher through the end of this year. You see how sad. In April, 50,000 deaths. By July 28th, 150. We're 199,000 plus today. A sad milestone just ahead. That is because of the case curve here, and there are some troubling signs in the data in recent days. Go back before the summer, we had the new infections down to about 20,000 a day. Then this horrible post-Memorial Day, post-July 4th, the surge up to nearly 70,000 cases a day in the middle of July. A slow drop down, and we thought we were going to stay below 40,000, perhaps pushing the baseline down below 40,000 new infections a day. But look, back up in recent days here, a troubling sign. Post-Labor Day into the cooler weather, a troubling sign in the case count starting to head up there, and this tells you all you need to know. 31 states reporting more new infections this week compared to a week ago. 31 states heading in the wrong direction when the president says we have turned the final corner. 15 states holding steady, 4 states trending down. And you look at this in the map here, 25 states are reporting more positive tests this week than last week. 25 states reporting higher positivity in their coronavirus testing this week than last week. Let's stop there and bring into the conversation Dr. Rajesh Shah. He is the Dean of the Brown School of Public Health. And Dr. Shah, I ask this question every Sunday, where are we? When the president says we have turned a final corner, when you look at several days again back at or above 40,000, and when you look at 25 states saying the positivity rate higher this week than last week, which tells you inevitably there are more cases coming in those states because when so many people are positive, more people get infected. Where are we?
Yeah, so good morning, John, and thank you for having me on. You know, a couple of weeks ago, as we went into Labor Day, we were talking about exactly this and our worry that coming out of Labor Day, as we've seen out of Memorial Day and July 4th, we'd see an increase. And I was hoping that the third time was going to be the charm. We were going to learn and not do this. And yet, it does look like cases are starting to rise again. And unfortunately, we're walking into the fall where weather gets colder. We're going to spend more time indoors. So this is not where we want to be as a country right now.
Not where we want to be. And I just want to put up the testing trend in the sense that you and I have talked for months now about your concern the United States is not testing enough, number one, and then there's the confusion over the guidelines, number two. Testing has been pretty level at about 800,000 tests for a long time. Above that, a couple of days above that in recent days. I know you think it should go even higher than that, but is testing adequate, number one? And then this last week, we had the politics of all this played out right before our very eyes. A few weeks back, we talked about the mystery. Why was the CDC suddenly suggesting asymptomatic people who believed they had been in contact with somebody with COVID should not be tested? Then we learned it was political influence from the president's deputies at the Department of Health and Human Services. And then they flipped it again and essentially went back to the original guidance. There's still confusion when it comes to testing.
Oh, there's a lot of confusion. And it's unfortunate because if you listen to the scientists, including the scientists at the CDC, we've all been pretty clear that people who've been exposed, even if they're asymptomatic, need to be tested. But to your question of do we have adequate testing, the question is adequate for what? Do we have enough testing so we can get kids back to school safely? Nope. Do we have enough testing so we can get college students back to campus safely? We don't. Do we have enough testing for first responders, for nursing homes, for prisons, for workers in factories? The answer to each of those questions is we don't. And yet we keep hearing from the administration we have plenty of testing. As long as you don't want to test and protect those groups, I suppose you could argue we do, but we clearly don't. Everybody knows it. And we've got to keep pushing on trying to drive testing up.
And as you know, the president, he can't change these numbers. He has tried with tweets and with false statements and the like, but we're about to hit 200,000 Americans dead. And when you look at the case trends coming up, 31 states now reporting more new infections this week than last week. The president in the briefing room the other day suddenly said that yes, there will be a vaccine soon, and yes, it will be mass distributed by April. Listen.
As soon as a vaccine is approved, the administration will deliver it to the American people immediately. Distribution will begin within 24 hours after notice. Hundreds of millions of doses will be available every month, and we expect to have enough vaccines for every American by April.
The president told us months ago the virus would be gone by last April. Is it realistic to believe people will be able to get on a big level vaccines by next April?
So I do think that we're going to see large numbers of Americans getting vaccinated by kind of late spring, summer. So April, May, June is not, I think it's not out of the possibility. But the first thing we got to do is make sure that the vaccine is safe and effective. We haven't seen those data, and I remain concerned about political interference in that process. But assuming that the scientists get to drive that process and we have a vaccine, I think very few people will get vaccinated in 2020. It'll start ramping up early 21. And sometime in late spring, summer, a majority of Americans will have access to a vaccine.
I hope that works out that way. Dr. Rajesh Shah, the Dean of the Brown School of Public Health. Sir, thanks again for your important insights this Sunday.
Sometimes the smallest gestures can be the most refreshing. Give extra, get extra.
Utah, the state in desperate need of the L-shaped Tetris piece. We now know that one of the easiest ways to stop the spread of coronavirus is just to have everybody wear a mask. Unfortunately, telling everyone to wear a mask is also one of the easiest ways to spread idiocy.
After more than 1 week since schools have reopened in Washington County, the Liberty Action Coalition hosted a rally in front of the school district building this morning. Up to 1,000 people showed up, saying that children being forced to wear masks in classrooms is illegal and even unconstitutional.
Now hundreds have gathered here in front of the Washington County Administration building, calling for the end of a mask mandate.
If we want to wear a mask, that's fine. We can take care of ourselves.
When George Floyd was saying, "I can't breathe," and then he died, and now we're wearing a mask, and we say, "I can't breathe," but we're being forced to wear it anyway.
I'll tell you another reason I hate masks. Most child molesters love them.
God damn, these people were crazy. In fact, you know what? They should have let them storm the school building, because maybe they would have accidentally learned something. Like, I'm still trying to process everything that was going on at that rally. No matter how many times I watch that video, I still find new things to process. Like, that video is the closest thing I've seen to Facebook comments happening in real life. I like individual freedom. White people are the real George Floyd. Happy birthday, Martha. Mask wearing was invented by Jeffrey Epstein. Oh, and here's another reason it's hard for America to get the pandemic under control. Even when places do have rules for social distancing, this is how some people follow them.
Growing concerns over COVID clusters, especially on college campuses. In Ohio, police cited several people at a house near Miami University during the Labor Day weekend. Body camera footage captured a stunning exchange between an officer and a student.
I'm assuming you probably know where I want to talk to you.
Just too many people.
Well, do you know what the ordinance is?
10 people.
Yeah. How many people are in the house?
20.
20 people inside? Yeah, you might want to start clearing them out, man.
Yeah, that's fine.
I've never seen this before. There's an input on the computer that you tested positive for COVID?
Yes.
When was this?
This was a week ago.
Are you supposed to be quarantining?
Yeah, that's why I'm at my house.
Do you have other people here and you're positive for COVID? That's what we're trying to prevent, man.
Yeah, I know.
We want to keep this town open.
What the issue is. Yeah, that's why I was staying home.
We are so screwed. The main part of quarantine isn't about being at your house, my friend. It's about being away from other people so that you don't spread the disease. I'm scared to know where this guy puts a condom on his body. At this point, I'm glad it's just coronavirus. Can you imagine this dude handling Ebola? Wait, so I'm not supposed to eat a monkey? Because I gotta tell you, there was some confusion there. Oh, and just by the way, watching this police officer's body cam footage was like playing a virtual reality game called White Privilege. Because this kid was clearly breaking the law, but the cop's tone of voice sounded like he was telling him today's specials. Hi, could I interest you in not breaking the law today? I'll give you a few minutes to think it over and I'll come back. So, some people are misinformed, some people are crazy, and some people are both. People like Donald Jaundice Trump, President of the United States, and one-man super spreader.
Overnight at a packed indoor rally, President Trump breaking Nevada's COVID restrictions to court voters in the key battleground state.
We're going to win Nevada.
Speaking to a throng of mostly maskless supporters, his first indoor rally in nearly 3 months. The state prohibits gatherings of more than 50 people, but Trump defiant.
And if the governor comes after you, which he shouldn't be doing, I'll be with you all the way.
While those behind the president and in front of the cameras wore masks, most of the crowd did not. But that didn't bother supporters like Mila Christensen, who camped out overnight.
I'm not wearing a mask. It shows that I trust my president.
Okay, look, I get why a Trump fan would have trusted Trump before, but how do you still trust this man after he admitted that he's been downplaying the coronavirus this whole time? I don't get it. I really don't get it. What do you mean you trust him? This is like believing a Nigerian email scammer after he tells you that he's a Nigerian email scammer. Hello, I'm a small-time criminal pretending to be a wealthy prince. Will you send me some money? You know what? I like this guy's honesty. I will send him $50,000. And as for Trump, how are you going to call yourself the president of law and order when you're openly flouting the law? And not even for like a noble reason. No. It's just so that he can spend 90 minutes ranting about how vegetables were invented by the deep state and Hillary Clinton. And this isn't just about breaking the law. What Donald Trump is doing here is actually dangerous. The last time Trump held an indoor rally, he lost 25% of his black friends. So there you have it. Everyone from college students to grandmas to the president himself is helping this virus continue spreading. But I guess that's the genius of America's coronavirus response. Unlike other countries that are preparing for the second wave, America realized you don't have to deal with the second wave if you never get over the first. The coronavirus pandemic has been devastating for a number of industries. The sports industry, the restaurant industry, and not to mention Stouffer's line of frozen bat dinners. And Corona has been especially bad for travel. I mean, at the beginning of the outbreak, the biggest trip most of us could take was from our bed to the toilets. But gradually, people have started to realize that they can still go on trips. They just have to do it a little more old school.
A five-star comeback. Motels seeing a surge in business as more Americans look to social distance during the pandemic.
Motels may seem like relics of a bygone era, but not in 2020.
I prefer this over a hotel. I can just walk straight to my room. Everything's clean. I'm not touching a lot of things.
Many of the motels offer their own little kitchenettes. So you're self-contained in that area too. You just go out, get your groceries, come in, and stay at home.
Motels are sort of built for pandemics. One of the reasons they're becoming more popular right now is because you don't have to walk through a crowded lobby to get to your room. You don't have to get on an elevator. We're at a Motel 6, by the way, and your air conditioning unit is your own, so you don't have to worry about the virus spreading through different rooms.
Yes, good news, people. You don't have to worry about coronavirus at motels, which means now you can spend more time worrying about whether the drug deal in the next room is gonna go bad. I think that's a pretty fair price for 10 kilos, Mr. Scorpion. Please just take it. I also get why motels make much more sense than hotels right now. I mean, COVID can't get you if you get stabbed in the parking lot first. Plus, motels already have all the other diseases that Corona's probably afraid to step on their turf. Yeah, Corona's like, yeah, you know what? I'll just wait for you outside. You know, if you think about it, coronavirus is actually one of the more bougie diseases, you know? Think about it. Think about where Corona is, what it's doing. Corona's like, I like going on cruises, and I love being in restaurants. I don't like being outside. And fitness classes, oh my God, I love those. Basically like anywhere with vitamin water. So a road trip to a motel is one way to make vacations a little safer. But safer yet is a road trip in a motel.
RVs have become the trendy way to vacation during the pandemic.
The demand is so high, RV dealers say inventory across the state is low.
An RV is a socially distanced vehicle, a socially distanced vacation, and a way to corral or keep your family together.
This motorhome is 36 feet long and 8 feet wide, about the size of a city bus. No special license is required.
Whoa. Oh, no! That was a little tight with the, that was my back wheel, right?
With more RVs on the roads, more inexperienced drivers are putting the wreck in recreational vehicle.
God damn, that was crazy. And I know what you're thinking right now. Trevor, if my whole family is in that RV and we crash and die, isn't that worse than some of us getting coronavirus? Well, honestly, guys, I don't know. Because if one family member dies, we all have to go to their funeral. But if we all die together, then no one is sad. It's also funny how that guy said RVs are a great way to keep your family together. Because is that really the problem we're having right now? Like, who's sitting out there like, guys, I love that we're spending every waking moment together. But what if we could do it in an even smaller space? Either way, though, this shows you why America is such a strange place. Because if you're forced to live in your car, you get tickets, police hassle you, people call you a blight. But if your car has a stove in it, oh, then you're just living the dream. So, Corona has made road trips great again. But what if you want to go somewhere that you can't drive to? Well, that's where things get tricky. Because although airline travel is surprisingly safe, it's not just the virus that you need to be worried about.
A passenger gets kicked off a plane after a dispute over a face mask. We're seeing incidents like this again and again.
More than 700 people are now on airlines' no-fly list, all because they refuse to wear a mask while traveling.
Tension aboard a Newark-bound flight as every single passenger is forced off, all because one of them wasn't wearing a mask.
Fists were thrown after a woman refused to wear a mask on an American Airlines flight.
Okay, people, I can understand why some don't want to wear masks outdoors, right? I can stretch my mind to understand why people don't want to wear a mask at a place like the gym. But airplanes are the one place where your individual desires don't mean shit. Oh, I don't feel comfortable wearing a mask on a plane. Nobody feels comfortable. That's what flying is all about. They tell you when you can stand. They tell you when you can eat. Hell, they tell you when you can use the bathroom. Flying is the only time after 4th grade where you need to get permission to go pee. Flying is not about your personal comfort. It's about safety. You think I want to take off my shoes? Huh? And then walk through a machine that exists solely to take fancy dick pics of me? And by the way, I can't believe anyone is actually brawling on an airplane. That requires way too much work. Especially if you're in the window seats, because then you got to do that weird little shimmy out first. What did you say to me, asshole? excuse me, sir, excuse me. Here, I'll hold your ginger ale. I just said, what did you say to me, asshole? And it's not just Corona and assholes that the airline industry is struggling with right now, because as it turns out, even if Americans are willing to get on a plane, they aren't allowed to go to too many places.
Some countries have been easing travel restrictions in a bid to get their tourism industries rolling again, but there is one country that is repeatedly being left off safe travel lists, and that is, the United States.
Europe's famous landmarks and beaches are normally a magnet for American tourists and a major source of income here, but travelers from the US will not be allowed into Europe.
If you look at places, Fareed, where US citizens can travel right now, the list is embarrassingly small.
Before the pandemic, this was a ticket to 185 countries. But now, with the US still struggling to get its case numbers under control, an American passport is a ticket to almost nowhere.
That's right, people. Because of how America has handled coronavirus, travel to most of the world has been shut down. So, no more backpacking trips through Europe. Sorry, college students. You have to pick up your fake accent somewhere else. I got this one on Netflix. And you know, right now, I feel like most Americans don't even realize how much they've messed up a good thing. You guys are so used to being able to travel to any country at any time, no questions asked. That's not what it's like for most people in the world. When people from Africa or the Middle East want to go on vacation abroad, we need to get permission from that country first. Yeah. Americans can just be like, my girlfriend Susie went to London. I'm going to surprise her with a visit right now. We can't do that where I'm from. The rest of the world, we get questioned like we're on the world's shittiest game show. What is the purpose of your trip to France? I've always wanted to see Paris. And what is it that is in Paris? I don't know, the Eiffel Tower? Oh, you want to see the Eiffel Tower? Here, I Googled it for you. Now get back on the plane. Bye-bye. So your American passport may be useless for travel. But don't worry, Americans. The State Department has just released a brand new PSA about everything else that your passport can do.
The following is a message from the U.S. Department of State.
Despite America's excellent handling of the pandemic, our citizens have been banned from countries all over the world. And you might be thinking, I'll never use my passport again. But don't worry, because there are plenty of other uses for your U.S. passport. For example, you can use it as a coaster or a barbecue napkin. Use the pages to draw where you wish you could go. Hose it down, and it's a tiny little slip and slide. You could even use it to hide a pornographic magazine. Practice flirting on it.
So do you come here often, or? Whatever. She won't even talk to me.
And did someone say origami? Or just duct tape it to your face and you've got a makeshift mask. Please don't tell President Trump we suggested to wear a mask. he'll get so mad. Your U.S. passport, not totally useless.
Joe Biden, former vice president and your favorite politician ever for the next 48 days. Recent polls have shown that compared to previous Democratic nominees, Biden isn't doing as well with Hispanic voters, which is why yesterday Biden went to Florida and unveiled his plan to win them over. A new ringtone.
I just have one thing to say. Hang on here.
All right. There you go. Dance a little bit, Joe. Come on.
I'll tell you, my man. I'll tell you what, if I had the talent of any one of these people, I'd be elected president by acclamation.
Oh, yeah. Everybody get on the dance floor. And now keep moving toward the exit. No one should have to see this. But yes, at a Hispanic outreach event in Florida yesterday, Biden pulled out his phone and played a few seconds of the song Despacito, which you probably saw online. You know, people like, oh, this is how Biden thinks he's gonna connect with Hispanic voters. What a pandering racist! What you probably didn't see online is the context. You see, Biden had just been introduced by Luis Fonsi, the singer of Despacito, who talked about how the song proved to him that in this country, we won't be defined by our differences. And then people took the clip out of context and were like, oh no, we are definitely defined by our differences. And look, I expect the internet to share clips out of context. But then President Trump went ahead and shared a manipulated version of that clip, which made it seem like Biden actually played the police on his phone, which will probably bump up Biden's popularity on the left, but I don't think that's what Trump was going for. And once again, this is a reminder. Before you get angry about anything that you see online, just take it despacito. Now, Trump hasn't just been spending his time spreading misinformation on Twitter. Because while Biden is looking to shore up Hispanic voters, Trump has been making a play for a demographic that he's been struggling with. People who don't want to die from coronavirus. Which is why last night, the President of the United States and Hooters Diamond Club member took the rare step of sitting down for a town hall that was not hosted by Fox News. And it seems like he might be just a little rusty taking questions from a less than adoring audience.
The wearing of masks has proven to lessen the spread of COVID. Why don't you support a mandate for national mask wearing? And why don't you wear a mask more often?
Well, I do wear them when I have to and when I'm in hospitals and other locations. By the way, a lot of people don't want to wear masks. There are a lot of people think the masks are not good. And there are a lot of people that, as an example,
Who are those people?
Well, I'll tell you who those people are. Waiters, they come over and they serve you. And they